Dear students, dear viewers, all of you, how are you? I am James here. Welcome back to Google Class. Today I am going to discuss with Transfer of Property Act only. So, last class we discussed about section 82 of the TP Act. Okay. Now, going to discuss with same section but distinction between section 81 and section 82. Section 81 says marshalling, section 82 contribution. Okay, so the object of both doctrines is effect and equitable adjustment of the rights of persons interested in the mortgaged properties. Still there are some difference in between them. Well, I will give you 3 to 4 difference. Okay, first marshalling. Okay, the marshalling is explained in section 81. The contribution is explained in section 82. Okay, marshalling is settle the rights of competing mortgages. Okay, mortgages means loan takers. Okay, here the contribution settle the right of mortgagees, okay, of several properties or of several shares in one property. Understand? That is second point. Third point, marshalling, a creditor having several securities is required to exercise his right so as not to injure another creditor who can look to only some of those securities. This is marshalling. Contribution, the securities are made to contribute to the debt so that the whole liabilities may not be thrown on one or some of them only. Okay, the last difference, marshalling, in conflict between marshalling and contribution, marshalling for rails, marshalling controls contribution. Okay, in contribution, in conflict between marshalling and contribution, contribution is given the secondary preference. Okay, the right to contribution is controlled by marshalling. Now it's clear? Okay, I will give you another example. Same section. One example. There is conflict between marshalling and contribution. The right to marshalling prevails over the right to contribution. Here, A is a person. A has one house and 1 acre agriculture land. House plus 1 acre agriculture land. Okay, got it? A is a one house and 1 acre agriculture land. So A mortgaged house to W. W is a person, mortgagee. Okay, and agriculture land to X. X is a mortgage. Okay, now it's clear. Thereafter, A mortgaged house and agriculture land to Y. Note down first. He mortgaged house to W mortgagee. Mortgagee is a person, loan giver. Agriculture land to X mortgagee is a second mortgagee person. Thereafter, A mortgaged house and agriculture, both house and agriculture land to Y, third mortgagee. Okay, then he mortgaged house to Z. Z also fourth mortgagee. Okay, so he mortgaged house to Z. Now it clear? Here 4 mortgages available but only one person, okay, is a customer. Then under section 82, contribution, how it will be? Both the properties are liable to contribute to Y's mortgage. Z, however, can require Y to proceed in the first instance against agricultural land by virtue of his right to marshalling under section 81. The exercise of this right does not prejudice X, since X is a prior mortgagee whose security cannot be affected by the proceedings taken by Y. The right to marshalling in such a case prevails over the right to contribution. Now it clear? Therefore, it is concluded that in a conflict between marshalling and contribution, marshalling prevails or the right to contribution is controlled by the right to marshalling. Okay, this is example. Okay, we'll see another example, a simple one. X and Y are subject to mortgage. X and Y are subject to mortgage. Here X sold free from the mortgagee to A. Note down, X is sold free from the mortgage to a person. Then Y is sold subject to the mortgagee to B. Subject to the mortgagee B. Is A entitled to marshal? What happened? This is the example. I can solve this problem. It's easy. The answer is no. A is not entitled to marshalling. Okay, because A is not entitled to marshal because X is sold free from the mortgage to A. Free from the mortgage. This is the main reason. Okay, A. The sales comes under section 55 subclause 5 subclause B, which says the buyer is bound to pay or tender at the time and place of completing the sale the purchase money to the seller or such a person as he directs, provided that where the property is sold free from encumbrances. Free from encumbrances means there is any dispute. Okay, the buyer may retain out of the purchase money the amount of any encumbrances on the property existing at the date of the sale, and shall pay the amount so retained to the persons entitled thereto under section 55 subclause B. So A can retain out of the purchase money the amount payable to encumbrance. A has not paid the amount for the creditor in bringing X to sale. Therefore, A cannot proceed against Y, as Y is in another person, that is B, who has acquired interest in. Okay, this is the simple example. Okay, up to this example, the section 82 of TP Act is over. Okay, we'll see next class the new section. Okay, watch regularly, send me feedback. Okay, don't hesitate to send any reply and all. You can freely send reply. Okay, meet you again, students. Bye. Wish you a happy day.